Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're talking about one of the more disgusting things I think I've seen a YouTuber do in recent memory. I really can't think of many other situations that really touch this one, to be honest. I'm assuming at this point everybody knows about the news with Technoblade. Unfortunately, a few days ago, Technoblade passed away after a long battle with cancer, and this took the YouTube community by surprise. A lot of people made tribute videos, myself included, but there's a certain subcategory of creators on this platform, and they do one of the most disgusting things you can think of every time somebody like this passes away. Instead of making, one tribute video, maybe making a post on Twitter or something like that, they spam out 6 or 7, 8, 9 different videos about the person dying. They fully monetize it. They allow pretty much everything to go through. Treat it like it's just, a normal commentary situation. It's just something that you talk about for 6 videos and fully monetize. So they make a bunch of money off of somebody passing away. They get a bunch of views and attention and everything from somebody passing away, and they basically take advantage of somebody's passing for their own benefit / gain. Now, a lot of people might think that I'm a hypocrite because I made a video talking about Technoblade, but in my defense, my video was like 3 minutes long. It was a legitimate tribute video. I didn't drag the video out to 9 minutes long so I could extra add it and, build up a bunch of ad portfolios and shit in the video so I could make a bunch of money. In fact, my video also wasn't even monetized in the first place, which limits its reach and also obviously means it wouldn't make any money. And the video was also the beginning of me running a legitimate charity effort through YouTube Giving to actually raise money in honor of Technoblade, which so far we've raised nearly $1,400 in memory of Technoblade. I want to take a quick moment to also say the charity will be running alongside this video and all of my other videos for the foreseeable future as well. So if you want to make a legitimate charity donation, unlike some YouTubers out here, brazo, you can go ahead and do that right alongside this video. The money never touches my hands or my pocket. It goes straight through YouTube to the charity that is listed. We will not be having one of these situations unfold here like that. I would love to raise even more money in honor of Technoblade. So a YouTuber by the name of Brazo has gotten in a lot of trouble recently for spamming out this kind of content, spamming out videos about Technoblade dying and monetizing these videos and making money off of this kind of content, basically using it for views, attention, and profit. But that's not even the worst of the situation. In fact, Brazo got caught lying, and not lying about something minor, lying about something pretty important. So Brazo came out to claim that they were donating $3,000 to Technoblade's charity in honor of Technoblade and everything, of course, because of all the content that got made. This made Brazo look like they were kind of owning up to the criticism that people had given, right? By the way, it's really thundery and lightningy and, stormy outside, so if you guys can hear that, I really do apologize, but it's storming like crazy right now. My whole house just shook. But Brazo basically made a bunch of videos about Technoblade and made a bunch of money. Obviously, we don't know how much money, but if I had to personally estimate based off of knowing the YouTube situation and everything, I would say at least a few $1,000s were made off of these videos, which everyone thinks is a pretty scummy thing to do, especially when it's all regarding a situation where a famous YouTuber just literally died of cancer a couple days ago. And so Brazo basically stepped up to take accountability, quote unquote. And how was this accountability going to be taken? Well, by donating $3,000 to charity in honor of Technoblade. Now, obviously, I'm gonna say this was a pretty nice gesture, right? You would think that if a creator, came up with the idea to donate $3,000 to charity, that is something nice. That's something to commend them for. But it turns out that Brazo actually did not donate $3,000 to charity, and the video that Brazo put up on their channel of them putting the money through to charity was actually inspect elemented to make it look like $3,000 was being donated when in reality any money could have been donated. In fact, I'm going to show you a short little video clip here that proves that Brazo basically inspect elemented and could have donated as little as $5 to this entire situation, if anything really at all. So
yeah, we're gonna donate $3,000. Let's click I'm not a robot. Yeah, let's just get it over with. $3,000. Let's click I'm not a robot. Yeah, let's just get it over with.
Now that's coming from a YouTuber by the name of Cat, and this has kind of blown this whole situation wide open, and now everybody's talking about this because this is legitimately one of the scummiest things I think I've ever seen somebody on this platform do. To lie about donating something as significant as $3,000 to a cancer charity after you've made countless videos basically talking about a YouTuber dying from cancer is absolutely just ridiculous. I mean, obviously, a good person is not going to do that. Somebody who has the best interest in mind is not going to do that, and somebody with some humanity is not going to do that. So Brazo has addressed the criticism though and made a response video talking about people basically criticizing them for faking the donation, trying to, I guess, give an excuse as to why apparently it was okay to fake this donation. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that and respond to it real quick, or at least parts of it, because it is a 6-minute video, and honestly, I'm sure like only 3 minutes of it are really watchable, so let's take a look.
Okay, so recently you probably have seen a video like this, or a video like this, or this, or even this, and I want to just kind of sit down and talk about some stuff. You know, I'm not trying to act like, oh, I am the victim here. No, I'm not trying to do any of that bullshit, you know. I just want to talk.
So he goes here to say, oh, you know, I'm going to take accountability. I'm not going to play the victim. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm some sort of victim and pretend that I'm in the right for this whole thing. I just want to give my side of the story and talk about this, right? I just want to talk. Of course, this actually means he's going to spend the entire time making excuses for himself, lying potentially about what's going on, because at this point, I really have no faith in Brazo at all. Any of this story could have been made up. Just like that $3,000 donation, any of this could have been faked just to try and, you know, clear their name or anything like that. So I'm not giving complete benefit of the doubt to this story already. I'm approaching this one on with a little bit of caution, because I'm definitely not just stepping into this and believing this guy and just believing that he has everyone's best intentions in mind and that he's gonna do the right thing and own up for this. So
about certain stuff. So you see, for the past couple of days, there's been tens, if not maybe hundreds of videos made on me, how I am the worst YouTuber that exists for making Technoblade related videos, and just a bunch of other stuff, and even videos like this. YouTube needs to terminate this disgusting channel. You know, that type of stuff. People might think that I'm used to, but in reality, that gives me the biggest pressure in the world. And let me tell you what all of these channels talk about. They talk about me saying, oh, I will donate all the money to charity, and they're like, oh, but there's no proof, and oh, we're gonna have to wait so long for proof. And that really pressures me. You have no idea how hard that pressures me. And my initial idea.
So basically what he's saying is, because YouTubers actually don't get paid until around the 21st of every month, they get paid monthly from YouTube and Google AdSense, that he would have to wait weeks to put this donation up, right? And with all of the pressure from all of the content being made and all of the people criticizing him, he felt the need to find an out, and he felt the need to basically make this all go away. This isn't what he's saying specifically, but this is really what he's trying to say. This is what's on his conscience but isn't coming out of his mouth. You know, he was getting too much criticism. People were rightfully criticizing him for what he was doing and how he was behaving. He didn't like the fact that so many people were criticizing him and saying that he was a bad person and that his channel needed to be terminated for taking advantage of the dead and things like that. So he faked a $3,000 donation to a cancer charity in honor of somebody who recently passed away from cancer. That's basically what's going on here. Somehow it's everybody else's fault but yours, you know? Like, you're the one who faked the donation. You're the one who came up with such a nefarious idea and went through with it and thought that everyone would just be too stupid to realize the slip up. But it's everybody else's fault, because they put pressure on you, man. They were criticizing you, and it just put so much pressure on you that you didn't know what to do. You couldn't do the morally correct thing and just come out and say, hey guys, I'm gonna wait until I get paid, then I'm gonna make the donation, I'll show all the proof then. You could have shut the internet off for a couple of days like a normal, rational, well-reasoned human being would do, and just, you know, didn't watch the videos about you. Then when, you know, 3 or 4 days passed and you were no longer the center of attention and no one was making content on you, you could have came back and just proved the donation and proved everything, really made a donation and actually made an impact. But instead you decided to go the easy route and lie to a bunch of people and do one of the scummiest things I've seen people ever do on this platform.
He actually did it. So yeah, after all that pressure, I basically pulled a speed moment. Just like him lighting fireworks in his room without thinking with a brain, I decided to make the video literally right now without thinking with a brain. And as you can see, I got exposed for inspect elementing the donation, aka not putting a comma whenever there was a cut or something like that. And you know, a really dumb mistake for me to make. That just kind of shows my desperation, because
see, the problem is you're still worried about how you got exposed. That's what really shows me your attitude and your mentality about this entire thing. You're not worried about the fact that you faked the donation. You're not worried about the fact that you lied to all these people. You're worried about what people's public perception of you is going to be in a few weeks after all the videos get made. You're worried about what people are going to think after the criticism comes through. You're worried about what people are going to think after the mistake got called out. That's what you're worried about. You're not worried about what you did or how you invited all of this criticism. You're just worried about the reaction. And so you jumped out in front of it and did something completely stupid. And it may have legitimately ruined your career, if we're being honest, because if you thought it was bad enough not having the donation sent in the first place and you just getting content made on you for making videos about a dead guy like that, then imagine how bad the criticism and the hate for you is going to be now that everybody knows you faked this donation. So if anything, you just cheddar bobbed yourself and shot yourself with your own gun. Now you just look like a fucking goofball, and now everybody's clowning you 100 times as hard as they were.
How could I have not seen that? Really? How could I have not added the comma when I tried to donate the money? Well, because instead of $3,000, I ended up donating $300. The donation was real to an extent. I basically donated $300 out my pocket, but I didn't add Technoblade's $2,600, whatever it was. And I said that I donated it from my own pocket, but in reality, I don't even have that much money in my bank account. I literally don't. I have like, I think over 1,000 and that's it, because I'm a big spender. I just like spending money, and yeah, I just don't have that money. So
yeah, nothing makes you sound innocent and actually get you off the line like saying, hey, I'm too stupid to manage my personal finances. Well, I didn't actually have the $3,000 on hand that I said I was going to spend on this donation because, you know, I was too busy fucking buying Yeezys or whatever it might be. Which, don't get me wrong, I love a good pair of Yeezys myself, man, but you know, that's kind of something that you wait until after responsibilities. And also, don't hit me with this, oh, this donation wasn't a responsibility. The moment that that came out of your fucking mouth and you told everybody you were donating that $3,000, that was no longer your money. That was no longer yours. You basically, at that point, signed that money away, and it was now the charity's money. That's how every person with a good conscience should operate their brain. If I get on here tomorrow and I say, hey, I'm donating $10,000 to cancer charity, at that point, I view myself as having $10,000 less dollars than I did before I made that video. Because that's what you do in this kind of situation. You don't just justify, oh, well, I didn't have enough money because I'm a big spender, everybody. I only had like, you know, $140 in my bank account. I mean, one bad financial day and I could literally probably starve to death in the streets. Like, that doesn't make you sound any better, my man.
I made the video and so many people believed me. I was like, okay, finally, we can actually end this stupid thing. We can end this whole pressure, donate the money thing. Because I felt really relieved, because I was like, okay, people believe that I donated the money. Now let's just peacefully wait for the money and actually donate it, because I don't want to sit here for months just thinking, oh, people think I donated $3,000 when I actually didn't. Well, I really don't want to think that. I really didn't. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for a couple weeks. The money is gonna come in. I'm actually gonna donate the money, and we're all gonna be Gucci.
All right, two things. Number one, I don't believe that you were gonna donate the rest of the money. Sure, you donated $300 or whatever because you showed the receipt. I mean, if that wasn't inspect elemented or faked in any way, right? But that's obviously not $3,000, so let's go ahead and that's pretty much just discounted. I'm not even going to give you really any credit for that, but I just simply don't believe you were going to donate the rest of the money. You had no incentive to. I mean, you already had people believing that you donated this, and if you had just typed in a comma on your inspect element, you would have gotten away with it scot-free pretty much. And so for that, I just simply don't believe that you ever had any intentions of donating the money whatsoever. And number two, you keep mentioning, oh, how do you think I felt with all this pressure? How do you think I felt having to manage all this pressure with all these people criticizing me? I don't know, man. Have you ever thought about how the guy dying of fucking cancer felt? How do you think cancer victims feel? You know, when you're out here lying about donating $3,000 to charity to try and fight this horrible disease that's taken way too many good people from us. How do you think people going through chemotherapy feel when they're going through the horrible side effects of that? You know, just trying to save their lives from a terrible disease. How do you think they feel? You think maybe that's a little bit more important than how you felt because of some pressure from some fucking YouTube videos? Like, get over yourself, dude. Get some fucking perspective in the real world for a second here, dude. Like, this is so cringe. You're just trying to justify what you did and make excuses for it, and it's so sad. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about this fake donation and signing out.
you.